Hello, good afternoon, good evening rather. I thought I'll take the opportunity to ask you a few questions to understand your views on the application of HR strategy in your, as a component of your business strategy, and role of Bizmentors in the overall scenario. So, could I ask you a few questions?
First of all, good evening, and you are most welcome. Bizmentors has been with us for the last 6 years, and we have gained a lot in this association. So, it will be a pleasure.
Thank you very much, Arvind. See, the wall is actuator is a very complex engineering business. It is a quintessential engineering business. It captures all aspects of the engineering business. In fact, I would go so far as to say that the wall actuator actually represents the quintessential engineering business. How important has HR strategy been as a component of your overall business strategy? Could you elaborate a bit on this?
Yes, as you rightly said, the electric actuators what we manufacture are a B2B product. So these are not something which many people outside this industry are aware of. But it is a very complex product with very large variety in terms of specifications and also the applications. This is something which you can't just pick from a catalog and use it.
Exactly.
So what happens is that it is important for our people to know about large variations which customers might want, as well as then translate it into a specific product, because every product what we manufacture is an individual product with its own identification. To do that, we need to have people who are quite familiar with what customers would want, what would be supplied by us, and also how, in case of problems, it needs to be serviced. This is something which people will take a long time to learn. So, we must ensure that we have very low attrition of people, because we can't have a situation where people join and work for some time and then leave and we take fresh people. It becomes very difficult to work with people who do not have a good background of all these things. So for us, it's very, very important that we have people with us who, on a long-term basis, and for this is necessary to ensure low attrition.
Okay, thank you. Now, how effective has this strategy been with respect to Auma, the containing attrition and enabling people to retain the expertise within the company?
We have been quite successful at that, and I would say that even when the industry is seeing attrition in high double digits, we are fortunate to have virtually negligible attrition, particularly at middle and senior levels. This has been achieved by a number of steps which we have taken. One is that we have an open culture where people have access to the management, where they are free to air their views. I have a regular feedback session with all the employees on a quarterly basis. We also try to give more exposure to our employees, where we try to move people from one department to another department so that they can gain skills in many different areas. So with this rotation, I think people find working at Auma quite interesting, and one reason why people don't leave is the kind of work environment which they get here.
So Auma has been able to provide a rich learning and varied experience within the organization, and of course a lot of freedom to express themselves and learn, so which has resulted in their staying with you on the long term.
I think that's largely responsible for people to stay with us on a long-term basis, even though there would be, I presume, many opportunities which people could get, but still we have virtually zero attrition, and I think these would be the major reasons for it.
Oh, lovely, that's great.